Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for April 8th, 2013. It's currently 7:35 a.m. and we are warming up nicely over the Philadelphia metropolitan area and most of the New York City metropolitan area. We see upper 30s to lower 40s over the northern tier, lower to mid 40s over the New York City metropolitan area, and upper 40s to lower 50s over much of central and southern New Jersey and the Philadelphia metropolitan area. Clearly, we have a boundary setting up here. But is it a cold front boundary or warm front boundary? Let's take a look at the latest guidance. And you can see from the infrared satellite picture, we have a cold front, but this cold front is starting to stall out and lose its punch. The primary driving influence in the weather pattern is this storm developing here and this high pressure system here. So what's going to happen is that this high pressure system, as you can see, is a bit stronger than this one. So this high pressure system shifts northward. This low pressure system shifts northward, northeastward, really, into the eastern Great Lakes, and that lifts this frontal boundary north and east to the north of the northern mid-Atlantic, where we get some very nice warm air building into the region. How warm? Well, today we're talking about upper 60s to mid 70s. Tomorrow, lower to mid 70s over most of the region. Wednesday, mid 70s to lower 80s, possibly even a few mid 80s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. But don't worry, the warm air will not last long. Well, unless you like warm air. Then we go back more towards near normal. So let's break down this forecast. Basically, again, this high pressure system will be transporting all the warm air into the northern mid-Atlantic. This low pressure system over here will eventually reach the northern mid-Atlantic by Thursday into Friday, bringing showers and thunderstorms. So even the severe threat will increase as we move on through the weekend, or through the week. Here we have the radar for this morning. You can see a few isolated showers here. I can't rule out a shower during the afternoon hours with this warm front lifting back northward, but I think most locations will remain dry. And if you're going to the Mets and Phillies game tonight in Philadelphia, expect basically sky cloud cover. Again, isolated showers possible at the start of the game. Otherwise, dry conditions can be expected with temperatures in the 60s. So we're clearly going to remain very warm here. The latest European model guidance from the Penn State EWOL website shows the warm front has lifted north by this evening with our area low pressure lifting up into the eastern Great Lakes. Notice our high pressure system over the Atlantic remains the dominant feature, transporting very warm air from basically the Gulf of Mexico all the way up into the northern Atlantic, and that's going to bring some very warm air into the region. Now notice the trough here is pretty much dominant over the west. Our upper level low that we were concerned about earlier last week with the potential for a backdoor cold front is a little bit more north and west than what was forecasted last week. So as a result, the emphasis is a trough over the west, ridge in the east. Moving on through the forecast, by the time we get into Tuesday evening, again, our warm front boundary is well to the north. Our storm track is basically from Texas up towards the Great Lakes into the Canadian Maritimes. And that puts us on the warm side of this entire storm track. And that means we're going to warm up very nicely tomorrow with dry conditions for the most part. When we're dealing with an unstable air mass, though, you can't really rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm here or there, especially in the afternoon hours. So just keep an eye on that for tomorrow afternoon as well. And again, on Wednesday afternoon, with, again, the boundary starting to drift a little bit further south. Here's our upper level low, again, a little bit further north than what was forecasted last week. So as a result, we end up on a very warm side of this entire boundary. Notice the whole thermal gradient here is shifted further north, more towards New England. Now, because we're on the very warm side of this entire gradient, we're still going to be under the threat for an isolated shower or thunderstorm, as some of these thunderstorms could be severe on Wednesday afternoon. Again, extremely isolated, but you can't rule it out because you have all these disturbances lifting from southwest to northeast towards the St. Lawrence River Valley. So a few isolated disturbances could produce a shower or thunderstorm here and there. And we're seeing that in the model guidance when weak area low pressure is kind of popping up right around northern Maryland and southern Pennsylvania. Really the boundary's up here, but you have this weak low pressure system trying to basically illustrate the potential for disturbances in the model guidance. Now, things start to get interesting by the time we get to Thursday. By Thursday, our upper level low over the Canadian Maritime shifts east. The warm front is going to remain to the north. And we're going to remain very warm. But the question is, what type of thermal gradient is going to set up here over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area on Thursday afternoon? The warmer it gets over the Philadelphia metropolitan area on Thursday afternoon, I think the better the potential for thunderstorms. Right now, it's a bit uncertain, so I'm going more with an isolated to scattered threat for showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. By Friday, though, it gets really interesting because our cold front will start to drive through the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area with widespread showers and thunderstorms. Friday afternoon could be one that features widespread strong thunderstorms and a few isolated severe thunderstorms. Primarily, the focus will be strong wind gusts, heavy downpours, and frequent lightning. Could see a little bit of hail in here depending on the way that the air mass sets up and the instability in the atmosphere sets up. But Friday is going to be my highlight area of the best potential for strong to severe thunderstorms throughout the region. Your best potential is going to be from central New Jersey on south, especially to the south of Philadelphia, where you're going to have the most unstable air mass qualities in the region. Now, once this cold front moves through, good news for this upcoming weekend, with high pressure in complete control, we're going to return back to near normal. Now, again, up until about Thursday, we're talking about temperatures in the mid-70s to lower 80s, mid-80s possible in the Delaware River Valley on Wednesday and Thursday. It's going to be really, really impressive, really nice out there. People are going to be shocked at how warm it is. It's going to feel like a heat wave compared to what we've been dealing with. But by this weekend, we fall back to near normal, which is basically lows in the upper 30s to low 40s, highs in the upper 50s to lower 60s. At least it'll be dry, it'll be sunny, but we will not be dealing with summer-like temperatures. Instead, we'll be falling back to more tranquil, near normal temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s for highs. Could be a few mid-60s in the Philadelphia metro, though. To keep an eye on that. Well, that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.